After several years of filming with a busted tripod, I finally obtained two new tripods that are not busted. I was not replacing the tripod because inherently these things are extremely expensive. I looked into getting a new one a couple of months ago, and any one that was halfway decent and full size was $70+, which I am just not willing to spend on such a simple unit. So I waited and I kept looking for one to surface at a thrift store or tag sale, more specifically a vintage one, and finally I found some. So I got two at the same sale. The one on the left was $10 and the one on the right was $15. This one is allegedly brand new. Doesn't look like it's really been used at all. It still has the tag on it. This is the Targus tripod TGT-58TR, and this is very similar to the one that I have now, the old tripod that I've been using for the last 10 years, or almost 10 years. I've had the tripod before the channel, but it's pretty much the same. It looks identical, but the legs are a couple inches shorter, so that's a good one for travel or for use around the house in different areas. The more interesting and more notable one is this vintage tripod. This is all metal. The only plastic piece on here is this handle. It's all metal. It has all the correct adjustments. This should probably last longer than YouTube does. Open this up here. This will be the tripod that I leave down here in the studio. Or most likely anyways, I'm not exactly sure, but this will probably sit down here in the studio. And this will be the one that I use most of the time. This height adjustment here, and then it has a second one as well. So it can go pretty tall even though the legs only fold out twice on the bottom. And this thing is sturdy. This is exactly the way that it should be. All metal. I'm sure it was made in USA. Easy to move around and adjust. Locks in place. Really secure. This actually would be good for photography if you're doing a long exposure, long shutter time, because if you use a cheesy plastic tripod like that one, when you press on the shutter button, that'll create enough movement for your long exposure picture to become blurry. So you really need something that's super strong like this to hold the camera steady as you activate the shutter. So this is great. We finally got a new tripod. This is the mechanism here to screw on the camera. That'll work just fine. Everything is copacetic here. And it even has the side to side, which I actually need down here because the floor is so level. I do have to sometimes change that. And it's got it's actually got teeth there which it locks into, so it's perfectly secure, locked into place when you adjust the angle. It's not going to move. Very, very solid. So this is a great tripod. I don't know who makes it. I don't know nothing about tripods other than the fact that I needed one that was sturdy. It's even got a little thing on the bottom here to keep it shut. This is great. This is an excellent tripod. Shouldn't have any more cameras falling over, no more cameras breaking, because this vintage tripod will keep the camera steady.